Listen, I'm sorry about Bonnie, Rick, but if you run your mouth, I have to run mine back.
Lord, the things I find myself in the middle of that I didn't have anything at all to do with will just blow your mind. Look, I'm making this video here today because, you know, when I see injustice, I see lying, I see hypocrites, and I see bullies, I'm going to speak up. That's not smear campaigning. That's not hate. If people hate what I call out, then maybe they shouldn't do what I call out, and they're the only ones hating. Most people understand and appreciate the fact that we're standing up for the people and giving a voice to everybody. But I found myself in the middle of something between Jeannie and Bonnie this week, and I don't like how Jeannie's doing it. I've gotten along with her all this time. I've respected her. She seemed so far up until this week that she was a voice for the people. So I respected that, and we each had a kind of a mutually agreement. We've even spoken several times on the phone and talked, and we have an agreement that, you know, we want to go after the corruption and not go after each other. But not everybody lives up to their word, as you're going to see. But I'm going to go through this video right here. This video, it's not the whole video, I just got some clips of it because she does go on to talk about some other good stuff that we totally do need to work on. I'm not saying Jeannie's all bad. I'm just saying that I got a wake-up call, and y'all need to check this out. So you heard the first part was when I was at the march downtown London on Tuesday morning. And well, let's just get into it because this is the video is the source of it, and I'm playing the parts that were the source of the problem. So let's get into it.
Community needs a balm, a healing balm, a soothing balm. It needs to be soothed. Okay?
I agree.
I know there's a lot of people out there that are screaming bloody murder, and they're trying to assess blame, and they're pointing a lot of fingers, and they're talking about a lot of things. But, you know, it's not really helpful without a plan to move ourselves forward.
Well, let's just talk about that for a second. Typically identifying the problem is step one to coming up with a solution. So, is there anything wrong with calling out problems? Nobody wants to, okay, we don't have a solution how to get Weddle with his address, but that's still a problem we need to call out, and maybe together we can all find a solution. But I don't know. What, are we supposed to be silenced? And I don't know if you ever watch this woman's videos. It's about all she does. Let's get back to it.
I think it is. There are a lot of candidates. There are 4 of us. And of those 4 candidates, I've been the one to tell you, here's the problem, here's the solution. I've always been taught, never discuss a problem unless you have a solution. In my years of management, that was one of my rules. You can bring me a problem, but I want to hear what your solution would be to that. The biggest problem that we had in our community was the organized crime and the gray machine.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. But so she's the one candidate out of the 4 that have solutions. So I've not been on Justice for Laurel County for the past 2 years. Just so you know, this video did tick me off when I read it because she broke our agreement. She's very hypocritical in this video. And she's acting like she's the only one with answers. I've got numerous videos out there. Just about every comment I've ever made for the past 2 years has, you know, we need to clean up and all this, but let's get back to what she's talking about right here, because she seems to lay claim that she's done all the good work on the gray machines.
Machines that robbed us all of revenue, and May 19th,
post from October last year, before anybody knew Jeannie was running.
I think those people are going to figure out a new scam to run in Laurel County.
More from October.
While everybody else.
Look, just so y'all know, Jeannie took credit once the FBI come in here, but you think the FBI is going to roll in here without doing some previous investigation? The FBI is rolling in here from, now I'm not going to lay credit just because I was putting out stuff in the group. Now, I will say that when I put this stuff out on the group, it was pretty serious because I actually got some death threats. A lot of people warned me, say, hey, you're disrupting $1 billion business. You better stay away from it. But it was a collective effort of people from the community exposing the corruption, you know, pointing out the problem. Even though we didn't have a solution for it. So I think it's still kind of important to point out the problems, unless, you know, she just wants you to, you know, just kind of shut up about the problems. But anyway, let's get back to the gray machines being the biggest problem in the community.
This is talking about their records and what all they've done.
Wait, we'll come back to that. Okay, for one, I've talked about solutions and I've talked about answers. And she's saying the biggest problem in this community was the gray machines. No, that's not the problem. The Justice for Doug Harless problem, yeah, it's a problem, but that's not what is the problem that led to that. And what the problem is, you have rotten, cover their own for their own. They don't care about the community. They're totally bullying. They don't acknowledge the Constitution. So the problem is rotten law enforcement that does not care about the community at all. And the solution is you need a leader that's going to get in there understanding what the problem is, and it's the leadership and the management. Most of these cops, man, they're just doing what they're trained to do. So I bet you a lot of those cops and deputies with some proper training and some proper leadership will actually be some of the finest lawmen that ever worked. But the problem is corruption, and it's not just in the law enforcement, it's in the court, it's in the government. You know, how many contracts go to certain families and how much money is siphoned and where's this $5 million? Why does the Board of Education need $10 million now? The problem with Laurel County is greed, corruption, narcissists with no empathy to the lives that they destroy. So if you want to talk problems and solutions, let's talk problems and solutions. But instead, Miss started this video off on that we don't need to be talking about each other and soothing. Let's see what she has to say in her healing balm video.
To run on Laurel County, we'll have to wait and see. While everybody else is talking about their records and what all they've done and how experienced they are, and some people are still screaming about the injustices and pointing fingers.
Who do you think she's talking about?
But they're not talking one bit about what the solutions are. What we're doing now, tearing
that's a lie,
and pointing our fingers at one another, that's not offering one single solution.
Pointing finger.
One. We can do that all day. But I think we're all...
Okay. Did you hear pointing fingers and accusing other people? Let's just rewind that back in case you missed it. Okay, let's see.
Some people are still screaming about the injustices.
Oh, that's me.
And pointing fingers.
We'll get to more of it here in a second.
They're not talking one bit about what the solutions are. What
I got nothing but solutions for days.
Down and pointing our fingers at one another, that's not offering one single solution. Not a one. We can do that all day. But I think...
All right. Now, do you think in this same video that she just said, pointing fingers, making accusations, isn't going to do no good, even though she could do it all day? Do you think she'll bring it up again? Let's see.
We're all smart enough to see what the problems are. What we need is not problems and finger pointing. What we need is solutions. And I've offered you that. Community, a lot of discord, discontent, and just plain old ridiculousness.
Now, she's totally talking about Bonnie right here. And she's even gone as far as making a post right here. And the number of people that come onto my page daily and tell me to shut up and never stops being fascinating to me. So she's like immature, smart alecky, adolescent. They don't disagree or offer a thoughtful counterpoint. They actually come into a space that they were not summoned and nobody tagged them and tell me what I should or not say or do. You are free to disagree. You are free to scroll. You are free to mute me, block me, unfollow me, go drink some water. I mean, is this professional? This is just starts to make my blood boil. Call a friend, take a nap, journal, stretch, pray, light a candle, or go sit quietly wherever whatever nerve got touched, but you are not entitled to silence me or attack me on my own page. Okay, that's very important. Attack. I don't know. I've been attacked 1,000 times, and I never engage in it because it's just people being ridiculous. It's immature. It's bullies. The more you engage it, guess what happens? It gets dragged on. You guys go scroll through my page and go through the Justice of Laurel group. You all have seen me get hated on, right? And AI pictures of me and Bonnie. I mean, we get hated on and we get attacked. Now, what is she saying is attacking here? Let's see. All right, here's Bonnie's comments. This is the attacks that she's referring to. Bonnie post, you bashed others in your video after promising to work together for justice for everyone. Then you turn an innocent man's murder into a political gain for yourself. You should be ashamed. Okay, this is a gray area, if you will, but that is not an attack. That's calling somebody out for what she's thinking about. That is not a smear campaign. That is not an insult. That is, I mean, you'd have to be a cry victim to act like you were victimized by comments like that. let's see. One of the big things was Bonnie got upset, and she thought it was in poor taste that an hour or two, a couple hours before the Justice for Doug Harless, she was wanting to do a march for the autism awareness and how to treat it with the kid Cody and all that stuff, which is absolutely horrible and absolutely should have a protest. I don't know if candidates should be organizing protests and stuff like that. That just almost would make some people, not everybody. A lot of people are fine campaigning. I will attend a protest, and yeah, it is a little bit of campaigning there, but I'm also a citizen and I have a right to protest. But I'm not going to go make the protest all about me. I'm going to hold up the sign. You won't see me out there yelling Rick for sheriff or anything. I'm yelling Justice for Doug out there. But and she may not be entirely right. Of course, Jeannie's also, numerous times, even even after they were arguing all day, sent me an invite. The sheriff's department here. Let me get out of the way here. Let me get out of the way. All right. After a day of arguing, or being attacked, if you will, she sends Bonnie an invite to me to go to the protest march on last Tuesday morning that I already publicly was marked attending. I'm running my own campaign. She's running her own campaign. Bonnie's not my campaign manager. Bonnie's not my mama, and I'm not Bonnie's boss. So Bonnie, we're just really good friends. Do you guys have friends out there that have opinions and have their own voice and can do what and say what they want to say? Bonnie's not a reflection on me. What I say is a reflection on me. What Bonnie says is a reflection on her. And I totally get where she's coming from, where, it was, to try to make another march, make it me, and the Justice for Doug. And, of course, Jamie's not going to care, because all Jamie wants is more people out there. So y'all make sure to get out there for Justice for Doug, because have we gotten justice? Are they just waiting for it to all go away? But just so you know, that's what Bonnie was most upset about. I was most upset when I watched this video that she dishonored the agreement and started talking about me. And then also she's saying we need the healing and all of this. But then she went on to bash people. And let's see if she bashes people in this video. Let's see. Where's my play button?
I know y'all noticed this week that there was a lot of conflict on my page, and I'm sorry about that. I try to be respectful to everybody.
She was not respectful. Let's see. Okay, for one, that post that she did was not respectful, being smart aleck about it, childish, immature, accusing Bonnie. I'm not sure where I did that. I certainly haven't bashed anyone. And if y'all remember in the video a second ago, she was bashing us. So the candidates are going to go commit crimes and find new ways to make money, and I don't offer any solutions, and I fight for justice. That's bashing. And let's see here in a second if we get any more. Let's see. Got another one right here. Make that one go away. Okay. She's accusing. Let me pull that other one back up. Actually. Okay. I'm not sure, and I'm gonna make me go away so I can read it. Okay. I'm not sure where I did that. She's saying she has no idea that she bashed anybody. I certainly have. She says I haven't bashed anyone. As a matter of fact, I've been very clear that I've done very little for Doug because I didn't know what to do and because Doug has great advocates working for him. Well, one, you could show up at all the rallies. I definitely would have been if I'd been able to be in town. Why don't you try that instead of spreading hate and attacking people? Again, this is a lie. She's questioning whether it was appropriate or not to create her own protest and rally at the same time as Justice for Doug's. Not saying it was bad for her to even create one. She doesn't think that she should from the Genie for Sheriff's page because there's some sort of legal thing that you have to report money anytime you host an event and all that stuff. So, and maybe Bonnie's overreacting a little bit, but she did not do any hate. She did not spew anything. But here she is, instead of spreading hate and attacking people, and while you're at it, you don't get over on your own page and do your own thing. I never say anything to you. Let's see. You are looking for any reason to be angry. For one, I read Bonnie's comments that Jeannie deleted that many people were liking. So Jeannie is controlling she's doing a Weddle root move. She's pretended to be a victim, which she's not. She's a public figure running for office, and so you are going to get called out, and you're going to get asked questions, and you're not going to like everything. She's doing John Root, man. Oh, you all just hating. Nope, she wasn't. Bonnie, you're being looking for any reason. Nope, that's not true. That's a lie. Thank you for making things unreasonable, childish, spoiled bratish. Until you see a Facebook post of mine touting that I want justice for Doug protest, you can be sure I never used it for political reasons. I mean, she's sitting there trying to organize a rally, right before the Justice for Doug, and she's already ran out of all kinds of things. Apparently, her whole week of campaigning, 2 weeks before the campaign, is bashing Bonnie. Let's see. Let's get back to the video and get our way through this.
But I told you once before, I'm human. I kind of match energies after a while.
She does match energy. So she's saying, as sheriff, if you come at her hot and heavy, she's going to match that energy and come back at you hot and heavy. Is that what kind of sheriff you want? Somebody that can't control themselves? They don't know anything about de-escalation? You can't be sheriff and think everybody's going to kiss your butt, and if you don't want to hear what they say, they got to go away? This is public office.
Nobody has any right to get on your page and attack you. It's the same as...
It was an attack
to me.
So nobody has a right to come ask questions or call you out on something.
What you do on your page is your business. If you want to say something about me on another...
You don't like her, stay off her page.
For it. Absolutely your prerogative. But don't get on my page and do it. I'm not obligated to put up with that, and I'm not going to. I hate...
She's not going to put up with people asking questions and calling her out. That's what she's saying.
There's not one thing I can do about it. There's no reasoning with some people.
What?
And...
Lie. Reasoning. Bonnie was polite while she was being spiteful and hateful. Jeannie was being nasty to Bonnie. Bonnie, she might even overreact a little bit about the protest thing, but we're not going to change the fact that she's a liar and a hypocrite and, saying, we need peace and then call out people and all this stuff. But it gets better.
That's not on me. I can handle any situation. I've always
She can handle any situation except for Bonnie asking legit questions.
handled conflict well. As a matter of fact, somebody told me that this morning. But
Okay, she did not handle conflict very well. If you want to see conflict handling very well, stay tuned for the end where I'll show the full body cam of her losing her crap and getting pulled aside, and I de-escalated it and remained calm. Even though I was annoyed at her, she lied to me, she talked crap on me, and then she was acting like she didn't know what I was talking about.
people just want conflict. They don't want resolution. They don't want solution. They don't want anything other.
We want corruption to end.
About injustice. Well, that victim mentality only works.
Okay. She's the one pretending to be the victim here. Oh, I've been attacked. Oh, this. Oh, that. Bonnie came in calling out something about the protest. And then it was really weird that she kept inviting me through Bonnie, to events that I was already marked publicly going to attend. So, her behavior here is very weird. It's like she doesn't know what to do next with her campaign. So, I guess she doesn't feel she's going to get Roots votes or Grimes votes, which most of those are going to be hard to come because those people are loyal. She's just trying to take votes from me. So, she's attacking me and Bonnie this week. But all Bonnie did, politely and respectfully. Y'all want to see it again? Bonnie's comments. You bashed others. There's no hate. Where's the hate in that? Okay, calling out protests. Where's the hate? Just political statement. Bonnie comments. Here, let me get rid of that. And this is a big one. Let me get rid of me. She's all being, you can do whatever you want. She's being like an adolescent child. And then Bonnie's like, you literally bashed every candidate and came back and bashed me for being honest. But I'm the one being hateful. Is that your idea of love bomb all over London? Seriously, Jeannie, you were not attacked. And you deleted Bonnie's comments and then cried victim that you were attacked. And you were not attacked at all. Quit lying. I had so much respect for you because I thought you were about the people, but I don't respect hypocrites, liars, and you're bullying her.
As long as you truly are a victim. But when you get on somebody else's page and pick up...
Only one crying victim is Jeannie.
You're not a victim, all right? You're just looking for trouble. And eventually you'll find it. So
looking for trouble.
I'm not going to talk
She's
about
looking
that
for trouble in all the wrong
what I
places.
want to talk to you this morning is what I've been telling you that I want to talk to you about. And that is the way that we handle mental health policing. I've been looking for the last few days, in addition to handling the moderation.
Okay, so she was talking about she can't handle Bondi, but you have to have this extra special care for mental health. And she's such an expert at mental health. Let's see. I think. And then what you're looking at right here is somebody's like saying she's got mental health problems, and Jeannie's just making fun of it, saying, yes, she's got mental health. So they're making fun of people like mental health, and they're spreading hate, misinformation over just being called out on a legitimate concern. She blew up my phone. I didn't want to get in the middle of it. I don't have anything to do with what Bonnie says. Bonnie's her own entity. If I said something, you got a problem with it, you call me. If Bonnie has said something you guys don't like, don't call me. Call Bonnie. I'm not in charge of Bonnie. Nobody's in charge of Bonnie. Trust me. But anyway, let's get back to the video, because she's just got more stuff to spew.
Of this page where, you know, a lot of people are on there just screaming and telling me to shut up and telling me how wrong I am and what I need to be doing. Listen.
Show me one comment, one post where Bonnie said shut up and tell you what to do. She's recommending that she doesn't agree with what you're doing. She never told you to shut up. You are full of it.
Run your own campaign, okay? If you got one to run. If you're not a candidate, then sorry. You know, you don't get a say in how we do things. But
wait, I don't think I heard that right. Let's rewind that.
I've been looking for the last few days, in addition to handling the moderation of this page, where,
Do you remember earlier in the same video where she said, that's all I'm going to say about that, you know? Uh-huh.
You know, a lot of people are on there just screaming and telling me to shut up and telling me how wrong I am and what I need to be doing. Listen, run your own
Does she sound upset? Like she can't handle the heat? She needs to get out of the kitchen?
campaign, okay? If you got one to run. If you're not a candidate, then sorry. You know, you don't get a say in how we do things. But
okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but she literally just said, if you're not a candidate, you don't have a say in how we do things. So Jeannie, she's going to run her ship however she says it. If you're not a candidate, and if you're not in charge, you got no say in it. Okay, let's get some more votes with that promise. Okay.
Now, I said earlier in a Facebook post that I've had very respectful interactions with with two of the other candidates. We have talked about the issues. We have had meetings when our interactions got a little bit disrespectful. We've apologized to one another because we recognize that we're not enemies, and this is not a ball game, okay? It's not a sporting event. This is just simply saying, here's what I would do different, and here's how I would improve.
Okay, you can only do that with the sheriff candidate. Bonnie can't say, hey, you shouldn't be doing it that way. You know, if Bonnie's been a huge supporter, Jeannie, of yours the whole time. For you to treat her this way as a constituent, she doesn't matter. She's not allowed to have a say. How dare you?
Now, I don't have the taxpayers' dollars behind me. I can't make...
Okay, she just got done saying how she gets along so well with everybody, and then she's saying this.
Big fancy videos. I can't use cruisers and deputies and
uniformed
people in a multi-million-dollar facility that I designed, by the way, in 2004, and I don't have the mayor's money behind me.
She sure likes to toot her horn. I designed that building a long time ago for something completely different than what it is, but I'm going to make sure to point it out. But I wanted to bring this comment up real quick. John Root commented on all this. Okay, she just got done complaining about John Root, but then John Root chimes in up here, and he's like, I'm blocked from 2, but I'm texting you. I'm a poet and don't know it. I'll let you guess the other 2. He must be dipping into his own supply again. Make sure to go check out that YouTube video, trashed and all that, because you'd have to be trashed to lie publicly. He has blocked me almost a year ago. Long before the candidate became a thing or anything. John Root blocked me a long time ago. And if you block me, yeah, you're going to get blocked from the group. That's a duh given. You're going to block me and then try to come in my group, whatever. Okay, so John Root is completely lying right here. They're both creating this false narrative. They're trying to fool the general people into hating the people that are trying to stand up for the people. And No, I'm blocked from two. No, he has blocked me. I haven't blocked him at all. But I tell you what, they do have something in common. They both like to attack and go after people that dare speak out against them. So, and then the fact that she's constantly bashing him, and then he's texting. This is making me think the whole Washington D.C. Republican Democrat thing, to where they pretend to be a old fight, putting on a show while they're having dinner over here at night, having drinks together, and they're laughing at all the people in the country. So, yeah, I'm starting to wonder what's going on here. That, oh, they meet and they have talks, and then she bashes him, and then John Root's all of a sudden a poet, like a child. This is, I expect more from the tattoo guy than the sheriff's giving us.
And I don't have 10,000 followers behind me who think I'm a rock star, okay?
I'm a rock star. I'll take that as a compliment.
But if you run your mouth, I have to run mine back.
Well, tell you what, after watching that video when we woke up, we were both pretty pissed off.
Okay. All right. Hey, let's back up. I want to hear that again.
Mayor's money behind me.
Mayor's money, Grimes.
10,000 followers behind me who think I'm a rock star, okay?
Well, it's way more than that, but that's beside the point. I appreciate you think that I'm a rock star. You must think I'm a rock star, because most of my followers are people that are in narcissist recovery and all that. Before I went through all this, I didn't have a whole lot of followers. And now I have 30,000 plus in some other groups that I do off-roading and stuff in. But most of my followers are people that get accused of what the accusers are guilty of, which kind of fits in your category. But anyway, so total hypocrisy, several lies, because in the comments she's like, I never bashed anybody, but she bashed them. Here's the body cam footage, because that's right, unlike the law enforcement, they're supposed to wear them all the time, I had my body cam on because I'm just waiting for somebody to say something stupid, and here we go.
Listen, I'm sorry about Bonnie Rick, but if you run your mouth, I have to run mine back.
Well,
okay, is that the kind of sheriff you want? You want somebody that can de-escalate a situation, or you want somebody that can escalate it? Because she should go work for John Root, because that's what all law enforcement does. They escalate and arrest and get bonuses. So, all right, sorry to keep interrupting.
Would never make
tell you what, after watching that video when we woke up, we were both pretty pissed off.
Which
I was.
The,
I didn't say anything.
Love bomb.
I've never seen it.
The love bomb. Everybody needs a love bomb. Everybody needs to quit hating on each other.
I never done that. Who done it?
You did it.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Where's it at?
Yesterday morning.
She didn't know anything about a video with a bunch of bombs.
The video that I did yesterday morning wasn't nothing about a love bomb. It was.
You don't remember saying bomb like
It was a healing bomb. She's country. Bomb and bomb sound the same.
Right after telling everybody not to hate. And then you said, I'm a justice fighter with no solutions.
Where is it at?
That would be the video that we started the video off that I'm referring to her. So before it got all heated and escalated, am I going off on her? Am I being rude? I'm just telling her straight up what the problem is, letting her know. I was more ticked off at the throwing me under the bus and the hypocrisy of calling for peace and then bashing people. But anyway, let's go on.
Because I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's not really the place for it.
Look,
Yeah.
She getting hot.
all I've done.
It's really not the place for it.
Keep in mind, my mic's 2 inches from my neck. She's 3 feet. She's louder than me. She's raising her voice, and everybody's noticing it. There's Wayne holding the rally. Had to pull her away because she was losing her cool.
This is the video that I did.
Why don't we talk about it later? This really isn't the place for it, is it?
Well, I didn't do this. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Somebody might have made a caricature of me. But
She can't de-escalate and talk about it in private later.
And how's it start up?
She's mad. She can't control it.
Love bomb.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, I'll send it to you. I got it.
Well, I never done nothing about no love bombs now, and I've not seen that.
Healing bomb. Love.
That's what we were reacting to yesterday.
I did not.
So if
do
it was
that.
a fake video, then you got somebody that's got a pretty damn good fake video out, because it was basically talking.
Y'all watched the video at the beginning of this video, right?
And then you went on to smear.
I did not.
And then said that I'm pretty good at. Yeah, this isn't really a place for it.
Can I want to do a picture. I've already asked the other candidates. I want to do a picture of all of
Thank you, Lisa.
Sure.
And it,
Basically telling her to shut the hell up.
But I didn't do this. I don't know what.
I didn't do it.
to thank the candidates for coming.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we're here for.
And
Did you ever hear my voice get raised?
this is where you guys build camaraderie. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. This is
But she didn't do it. but she did do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I hated doing that. This is not the kind of videos I do, but if she's spreading hate and misinformation and labeling Bonnie like she's one of Weddle's supporters who go out and trash signs and, oh, man, have you been to the Weddle support group? There's over 1,700 posts. About 1,600 of them are AI making fun of council. I've had hate posts. How can the comments that I showed you that Bonnie did, how could anybody act like that's an attack or hate? If you are guilty of it, that's what you do. That's what guilty people do. They pretend to be the victim. They're going for sympathy, and they do a smear campaign on the other person. Trust me, nobody's had to deal with that kind of person more than I. I couldn't even go to the Justice for Doug rally in the city council meeting last Monday because a certain somebody went an hour and a half early when nobody was there just to sit and make sure that I couldn't be there. So I'm an expert when it comes to those kind of people that play the manipulative games and all that stuff. Everybody, Bonnie is awesome. She's a rock star. She has done more for this community than many of the people that are actually in charge. She fights day in and day out, not looking for trouble. She calls out the bullshit. We're all tired of the bullshit. Are you tired of the bullshit? I'm tired of the bullshit. She's calling it out, exposing it, and then did Jeannie even try to understand? No, she denied. She denied. I didn't do that. I didn't do a video where I said bomb and all that. I never bashed anybody. I mean, go rewind and watch this video. She bashes them numerous times. And that's another one of those kind of people move. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Narcissist. I think she even in one comment called Bonnie a narcissist. Well, I'll tell you what, most people that are narcissists call other people narcissists. People that are empaths, they don't really call the other person a narcissist. They just want to get away from them. So this is all absolutely ridiculous. I think Jeannie should do a public apology to Bonnie. If not, she's already kind of lost my respect anyway because she lied and said she didn't bash people. She did. She acted like she didn't post that video. She did. She couldn't keep her cool at the thing. And she's just about probably the unmost professional sheriff candidate in the history of sheriff candidates ever. I myself, I've been in CEO training my whole life, man. I can run a multinational business of 200 employees. It's in my wheelhouse of what I've been doing for the last 30 years. The last 18 years, I've been doing my own shirt business, but that was by choice. You know, I could have went and made a fortune running these big companies, traveling the country on the airplanes all the time, but I chose to spend time with my kids and go to off-road events and go to concerts as a family. It's the whole reason I created my off-roading brand, Extreme Mudding. But this is all just so ridiculous, and it's so sad. You'll never hear me do that. You'll never hear me lose the cool on somebody. I get bashed all the time. I try to be polite. I try to make my point, and then I wish them the best. And I know many people that come at me, they're misinformed with misinformation, just like Jeannie's doing with Bonnie. There's a lot of people that do that with me. They think that I'm some sort of bad guy. They think I'm some sort of creep. They think that, I don't know, they think all kinds of stuff. I hear new things about me that I never even heard before all the time when I'm a good father first, and I was a great business person also. And that's why you need somebody like me to run for sheriff. You don't need another damn cop in charge of the cops, because what do? They all cover for each other. Y'all need to spread the word around Laurel County that if they want change, I'm change. William is change. William is the only other political candidate that I trust, and Bonnie and maybe one other person in Laurel County. That's it. That's what I've learned from this whole process. I don't trust none of them. They act one way to your face, but then they'll be shady behind your back. And I don't want to get to know all those people. I want to get to know the people of the community, the everyday folks like me and you, not the upper rich that benefit from all the shady crap that goes on around here. So I need you. And they think they're Root and Grimes. They think that you guys are sheep, man. They think that if you just see all these signs everywhere, that, I'm just going to vote for Root because that's what I see everywhere. You know what's even better than a sign? Is if you go out there and you tell everybody in your family, everybody you work for, let's give Root the boot. You know, Grimes is the same as Weddle. You all want new corruption or old corruption or no corruption? If you want no corruption, I'm number 3 on the ballot. I would appreciate your vote, and I look forward to seeing you out there. If y'all don't want me, I'll move. Hey, don't vote me in. I'll get the heck out of here because it's a dangerous place to live if you keep re-electing the same people back in there. I'm out.